is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Housekeeping number 1. If you happen to notice moderation of some random accounts in chat over the course of today, it's for good reason. We're basically cleaning house around here. What my idiotic trolls don't realize is that for every little bit that they give me, right, I'm going to give it back tenfold. And basically, unsolicited, I've been sent a bunch of information about sock accounts, and there's been a ton of sock accounts in the chat recently, and I'm trying to take care of them when I can. So I'm not going to mention it, I'm not going to say a word, but you may notice certain accounts just bloop, being moderated. It's because they've been identified as sock accounts. There was literally someone in there, they have about a dozen sock accounts in my chat, and they're pretending to be like 12 different people, even though they're not. So we're just taking care of it, alright? So please, pay no mind if you happen to see an account disappear. What happened? I didn't notice that they did anything to be moderated. Well, it's because we're actually just cleaning house. We're going through and taking care of it. Now, the thing is it going to permanently do anything? Of course not. These people can always come back and make more, but at least for now, we won't have the entire chat blocked with sock accounts, like that one that I just moderated literally right now, this very moment. Not even kidding. Okay.
Oh my god!
But in addition to that, another housekeeping thing I want to mention. You may be looking down at this member bar and be like, it says 488 members. But didn't it say 488 members the other day? But didn't it say 488 members last week? You're right. But the thing is, it's not that people are not supporting my streams at all. In fact, last night, during the community night for Street Fighter 6, we had a lot of support. People rallied, and there were 3 or 4 different people who gifted memberships, and people were very happy to get them. And we went way over 500 memberships again. And then the stream went offline, everyone went to sleep. I come back this morning, we're back to 488. So what happened is the same thing happened last month, is people gifted last month, and now those are expiring. So it seems like every time we're there, every time we hit 500, then they expire overnight, and then we're back to under 500 again. So once again, for like the 3rd time this week, my ultimate goal for today's streaming day, the entire day, including this podcast, the Street Fighter 6 stream, and the Chrono Trigger stream tonight, is to hit 500 members by the end of the day. That would be absolutely outstanding. If I could hit 500 members by the end of the day, once again, I'd see that as a success, and that people are, well supporting my streams and everything. Again, I don't want people to feel like, oh man, I came by and I really supported and I gifted some memberships and we rallied and we hit 500, and how are we below 500 again? That's what's going on, alright? It's every day, we're getting a bunch, and then, they're expiring again, and it's kind of like evening out. So, it is what it is. Perhaps, by the end of the month, we'll have a rally, and keep in mind, on the 26th of this month, so in 11 days, it is my 15-year anniversary marathon celebration.
I'm a beggar on my streams. I just keep asking for my fans for support.
B-Boy Cyclone says, why replay Street Fighter 6 on PS? I get playing MK1 on PS. Why replay this? Why not continue Street Fighter 6 on Xbox, then swap over to PlayStation for MK? Because if I'm going to use a controller for fighting games, I got to use the same controller. Okay. Imagine if, alright, how can I say? Let's say you're an Xbox player, so you're always using this controller. But then you've decided you're going to play a competitive game, and you're going to play it on PlayStation. So now you're trying to play with the PlayStation controller, which has a different kind of buttons, different feel to them. The thumbsticks are positioned differently. The controller is a different weight. There's differentials there, you understand? If you're trying to play something and get good at it competitive, you want to have a standard. Alright? If I'm going to play competitive fighting games, I want to have a standard. This is now my standard. You see? This will be the controller that I'll be using moving forward for all fighting games. So I'll get used to it, I'll master it, and it doesn't matter what fighting game I'll play, this will be the one that I'm used to. I want to have one stable way to play fighting games. And since most fighting games are main played on PS5, this is my way to do it. Okay? That's what I mean. So, if I were switching, just think about this. Remember how I've told you, wow, it's very different. My other joystick, which was the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, it has completely different components. It has much different joystick. It's much looser. This one's a tighter joystick. You gotta get used to the change. You can't, if you're trying to switch between the two, you'll screw up. You absolutely will. You gotta get used to that one style of joystick. So, that's what I mean. Like, I gotta have a standard. I need to have a standard that's a competitive standard that makes sense, that I don't have to be swapping, I don't have to be messing around. I can just play everything at once on one, and that's what I've done now. This, yes, it was an investment of money. It was. Is it an investment of time to get everything onto the one console? Indeed it is. But at the same time, I feel like in the long run, it's gonna be worth it. I do. Okay? The good news is, if you take a look at the characters who I'm using, for example, Lily, Luke, if I do placement matches on PS5, chances are I'm going to get into Platinum anyway, which is where they were. I think Luke was Diamond 1, but Lily was still in Platinum. I'm probably going to get into those ranks anyway if I do placement matches. So it's not like I've ruined my chances at good placement or anything. If anything, it was Blanca that I screwed myself. Because I was Master, and I went down to freaking Platinum 1, and I'm grinding up. So yeah, I agree there, that's an annoying waste of time, but at the same time, long term, I think it will pan out. I think it'll pay off.
Lol.
But yeah, it is kind of a shame, and let's also be honest, with the negativity and the insane idiots who follow me around the internet, it's hard to make friendships. Because as much as I would like to say, oh, let's befriend someone, and let's do casual gameplay with each other, co-op gameplay online, maybe competitive matches in Street Fighter, will that rub off negatively on them? Right? There's been a couple instances over the years of people who I did some gameplay with or was planning to, and then they started getting harassed by my hater base, to which case they actually asked me behind the scenes very politely, we gotta cut this off. Like, I know that we've been having fun, chilling, talking, and playing games. We can't do that anymore. Because now I'm getting negative impact from that, and I don't want that on my own life, on my own community. I can't have that. So, that's what I mean. It's fucked up. Did I create the insanity that follows me around? No. Do I want them to harass other people? No. Sometimes I just have to do what's best, right? I have to make that sacrifice to say, well, I'm just going to be myself on my own island, on my own streams, my own channels. I'm not going to bother trying to branch out and do co-op stuff because there's too much harassment that would rub off on other people. And I can't control that. I can't stop that, right? So anyway, there you go. I mean, is it sad? Yeah, I would argue, yeah, it is sad. But at the same time, I've been doing this for 15 years. Arguably, 10 of those years out of the 15, the last 10 years, I've had this black cloud element of crazy people following me around the internet. I'm used to it now. I know how it works. I know that ultimately, for every 5 people I trust, probably 2 of them are going to turn out to be scumbag assholes who are only in it to get some kind of personal gain. There's not much you can do about that, right? But you can move forward positively, which I've done. I'm not going to let people mistreating me or betraying me or, I'm not going to let that, stop me. I'm not going to let that hinder my enjoyment of what I do for a living, making meaningful content for you guys. I'm just going to keep moving, all right? That's my philosophy anyway, so.
It's not me, it's the trolls.
Now, I will say one thing, because I see you guys, you waited for me to leave to talk about drama, all right? It's this simple. I said this first thing this morning, I'm going to say it again, all right? We're cleaning house today. There is a lot of bullshit going on with people with sock accounts and other nonsense. If you notice, moderation going on in the chat, and you're like, I wonder why that happened, because they didn't say anything offensive. We're cleaning up the sock accounts. We're aware of them, we're being told of them, and we're cleaning them up. All right, there's a ton. There was one person who had like a dozen. It's ridiculous, okay? So as we see them, they're being kicked the fuck out. Now, not to say that they're not going to be able to come back. They will. You know they're going to come back. They're no-life losers. They're going to be back. But we're doing the best we can to clean it up as much as we can. The best we can, okay? So that's what's going on. Like, I don't understand. Where's that regular person? They were a fucking sock account from one of these idiots sitting around trying to cause drama, okay? So please don't, I wonder what happened. That's what happened. You don't have to answer. You don't have to ask. Don't question it. We already know. We are aware of all of it. The funny part, as I've said, every time these idiots try to do something negative to me, they're so dumb. They don't understand that they all backstab each other. And they send me shit. They're like, well, yeah, just so you know, this guy's this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. I didn't ask, but thanks. It's great. Now I can clean the fucking place up because these guys are so stupid. You know.
I'm just going to ban. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.